Hey guys, I wanted to make this video on a bit more of a serious topic than I normally make videos on, and it's because it's on a topic that I feel quite seriously about. It's the dangers of looksmaxxing. Now, if you're a young man on the internet, you have no doubt heard of looksmaxxing. It is very prominent. It basically promotes the idea that you need to make yourself as attractive as possible by any means necessary. Now, before anyone comes after me, I am not making this video as an attack on masculinity or working out. I think both of those are very positive things, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being a masculine male. But the thing is, these looks maxers, I don't think they're really promoting proper masculine values, and they're certainly not promoting people being healthy. They are straight up promoting things that I think would be considered self harming and borderline self destructive. So let's get into it. One of the first things I had a bit of a malfunction there. One of the first things that these looks maxers have promoted a lot is bone smashing. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's basically where you take a hammer and you physically smash your chin in to make your jaw sharper. Now, this is insane, obviously, right? How insecure would you have to be to think that you need to physically smash your jaw in with a hammer to be more attractive? Like, already starting off, we're getting into insane territory. I don't think I should need to tell you why it's not good to physically smash your face in with a hammer. So let's move on from that. They have also promoted huffing crack cocaine to make their cheeks appear hollower. So, two of the things that they're already promoting are physical self harm and doing hard drugs. So, we're already off to a bad start. I should also not have to explain to you why doing hard drugs is a bad idea, so let's move on from that. Another thing that I would like to criticise the looksmaxing community for is they seemingly get into circles with each other where they pretend to be friends and they get really political and stuff like that. But I don't really think they actually know what they're talking about. You know, it's sort of a grifter thing. And it doesn't even seem like they really like each other, like, at all. Like, if you've seen clips of these looksmaxing alpha male people together, it seems like they actually kind of hate each other. They kind of only really hang out to farm clout and promote their own looksmaxing agenda stuff. They're not really friends in any capacity, really. So there's that. I also think the values that they're promoting, they don't really align with real masculinity. I think a masculine male is someone with strong values that they will stand up for and someone that is protective of other people and does the right thing. That's my idea of a masculine man. Now, these people don't sound anything like that. They grift and change their opinions on what's popular, and I don't think they'd stand up for a single one of their beliefs if they were not trending. I don't think that would ever happen. And it seems like they're the kind of people that would throw their buddies under the bus to gain more clout. So they're definitely not loyal either, and I think loyalty is a big masculine trait as well. Another thing that I think is quite harmful in the looksmaxing community is this obsession over the cantle tilt. Now, the cantle tilt is basically saying that if your eyes are pointing in a suboptimal angle, that you are basically a grotesque, ugly monster, basically. You could see someone who looks like a literal Greek god carved from marble, and these looksmaxers would probably say, well, they're actually completely hideous because, as you can see, their eyes are on a suboptimal angle of about 1.5 millimeters. So they're basically a swamp monster, basically. And that is just ludicrous. Like, it's promoting more insecurity in men than I think we've ever seen in history. And they use it for profit, which I think is absolutely disgusting. Another thing is, I think they are quite cruel to people when they don't meet the ideal of what they see as a good looking man. Like, they treat ugly people like they are worse than the devil. You could literally see them talk the most crazy, bizarre, horrible things about ugly people. And I'm here to tell you that being ugly is not that bad. If you are ugly, it is not the end of the world. Like, I have seen people that I will call, let's say, unfortunate looking, and they have girlfriends. You do not need to be, like, physically harming yourself to get a girlfriend. And here's a crazy thought: maybe there are better ways of improving yourself than doing hard drugs. Like, crazy thought, guys. Maybe we shouldn't be self harming ourselves to get the attention of women. Maybe we should just get better personalities and work on other stuff that you can change without harming your body. Like, crazy, I know. But yeah, so I think it is very important, if you see this, to not buy into it, because another thing I've seen is there's this thing called a palate extender, and what it will do is it will change the shape of your jaw. And unfortunately, a kid who had obviously seen looksmaxxing content had done this palate extender thing, and their teeth now look like a Wallace and Gromit characters. Like, their teeth literally look like something out of Wallace and Gromit, because unfortunately they were manipulated into this looksmaxxing toxic agenda. I think it is really important that we remember that men are not what these looksmaxers are promoting. Like, these people want to pretend they're masculine, but you will never see a more insecure group of losers in your life. I can promise you that. Like, they hate themselves. They could look as attractive as they say they want to. It will never be enough for them. There will always be something that needs another surgery, or needs another session of bone smashing, or needs them to huff whatever substance they've convinced themselves will help them look better. It will never be enough. And I don't want other people to fall into that trap, because then it will never be enough for you either. You will be stuck with the rest of your days continuing this cycle of being insecure all the time, no matter what. And you don't need to be. Women don't find insecure men attractive. They don't. They just don't. If you want to get a girl, get a good personality, listen to them, and actually build up your confidence in a way that isn't physically harming. That is the best way to get a girlfriend. Not buying into whatever courses an alpha male is selling, or whatever weird surgery they're telling you to do. Just improve yourself in a healthy way. That is all you need to do. And if that doesn't work, take it on the chin. Don't go crazy or anything like that. Just move on to someone else, and eventually you'll find someone. Because I have seen ugly men that have gotten girls. So I know from experience of seeing that happen that it is not impossible for an ugly guy to get a girl. All this stuff that's being promoted is complete and utter nonsense. You do not need to do drugs or any of this. Like, it is just completely insane. So I would encourage you to get offline if you've been sort of brainwashed by this sort of thing. Go outside, talk to people, talk to real people with real opinions that they haven't just been grifting on and paid to say. Because those people are people that will probably actually care about you, instead of these manipulative losers. Like, these guys are losers. They're the biggest losers you could ever find. And that's not because they're masculine or because they work out, because they're not masculine at all. A real masculine man would not promote half the things they promote, and they would certainly be a lot nicer than these absolute rotten scumbags. So that's it for this video. Please like and subscribe if this has helped you learn some things and spread awareness about this, because I think too many people are falling for the trap of looksmaxxing when I think it's actively harming people. It is actively harming people for you to fall for this, and I think as many people as possible need to be made aware of how bad it is for you. And without further ado, that's the end of the video.